So I swear I'm gonna try to get this done in like 8 minutes if possible, right? And I know sometimes, man, I've been a couple of different modes. I've been in a couple of different modes. Sometimes I'm in a teacher mode, sometimes I'm in a preacher mode, sometimes I'm in a healer mode. And all of them play a massive role in how I'm gonna deliver this information to you guys. Sometimes I gotta teach it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just have to teach the information. And then sometimes I gotta preach it. Sometimes I gotta get like a Southern Baptist preacher and deliver the message. And then on rare occasions, I gotta lay virtual healing hands on you so you can feel what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But I rarely know what version will surface. And I'll have to admit, back in the day, that would have scared the crap out of me, not knowing how I was going to deliver what I was going to say and what I was going to do. That would have scared me. You know, it would have actually required me to risk sounding and looking crazy, sounding and looking stupid, which was one of my biggest fears, is sounding and looking stupid while talking and communicating with people. And it's probably why I try not spending too much time inside my own head, like thinking about like what version of me should come out so that I can deliver the message that needs to be delivered. But still, I catch myself hanging out inside my head, like the OGs in my neighborhood I grew up in at the corner store. You know, like the triple OGs at the neighborhood store, they just be hanging out on the corner. You know, sometimes that's how I be hanging out inside my own head. And when I'm doing that, like I'm telling myself, bro, you risked enough. Like, hold on to what you got, or you may lose what you have. And I understand that that's a scarcity mindset, which I have to remind myself of daily when I start hanging out on that street corner inside of my head, that start telling myself that I've risked enough. I have to tell myself that's being scary, because that's the position that I'm in, because of the position that I'm in, I should say, is because of the risk that were taken. See, I took a risk. Like, I took a risk not only with my life, I took a risk with my wife and my family's livelihood, when I decided, you know, to go on this journey to become a coach. When it came time for me to leave U-Haul, after working there for like 16 years, I amassed a wealth of resources, from knowledge to contacts to backup funding. So it was everything I told myself I needed before exiting my corporate job. But the harsh reality of it, it wasn't what I needed. It was what I needed to eliminate my excuses and my stories around what could happen if I left my comfortable job. I didn't need a bachelor's in kinesiology, but I went and got it because that's what I told myself I needed in order to separate myself from an overpopulated field of coaches and trainers. I didn't need a contact list of people that I could call for another job, but I created it. I spent a ton of time developing the contacts and developing those relationships just in case this coaching thing didn't work out for me. I didn't need a whole lot of money. Didn't need a whole lot of money when we decided to launch Untamed. You know, I didn't, but I saved up a bunch, and we spent a nice chunk of it to change how we launch, so to have more of an impact when we launch. See, I took all those steps so I could alleviate risk. And I don't know if y'all know, the first time I went to school to be an accountant, the very first time. And inside accounting, we have this thing called risk aversion. See, what risk aversion is taking as much risk off the table as possible so that when you make that financial move you're making, it's tolerable. But let me tell you, no matter how tolerable you try to make risk, it's still mentally challenging. And it doesn't change the fact that you're going to have to take a risk. Like, it's a prerequisite for getting what you want and desire out of life. Like, you must risk taking a chance. Nothing in life comes without risk. If you want to see weight loss, you must risk weight gain. That's a real fact. If you want to become stronger, you must risk getting hurt. That's a fact. You want to have success, you must risk failure. Most success is built on failure. That's a fact. If you want to expand your mindset, you must risk letting go of being comfortable. Hell, if you want to feel love, you must risk heartbreak. You want to receive a better job, you must risk being overlooked. You want to have a better relationship with your spouse, you must risk having arguments. You want better lines of communication with your kids, siblings, nieces, nephews, you're going to have to risk being ignored by them. See, everything you do in life requires risk. Everything you seek requires risk. So take a risk, damn it. Stop walking through life seeking nothing and risking nothing. Walking through life on empty, and also at the same time feeling empty. So take a risk. You already know what the current position feel like. So take a risk on feeling something different and experiencing something different. Take the risk, y'all. Can you dig it? Can you dig it?